Let's talk for a moment about language support in AI. It's true that AI's first language is English. It's a bias that many researchers are racing today to counter before it gets permanently baked into this new technology. For a demonstration, I'm going to use the Anthology's AI Design Assistant, and we're going to take a look at what an instructor can do to generate content in another language. So we're going to start with a default course in English. So my language pack is set to English. Of course, users can modify their own language pack if they click on their profile and then select a language. However, as I will demonstrate towards the end of the video, changing language packs does not influence the generation as much as other elements. So let's see how this works. We're going to generate modules. Of course, we expect these to be in English. So the first step to generate it in a foreign language would be to manipulate the course name. Because the course name is in English, this produces a context for the AI Design Assistant. Now, that's how it works now. Maybe in the future there's going to be a drop-down for language, or maybe the course default language is going to be enforced. However, the coupling of our prompts and the backend API for AI, it's loosely coupled. So when we introduce prompts, there are words in English likely that are used. So our goal here is to kind of saturate the context of the course so that we will let AI know that we expect something in a different language. So first I'm going to change the course name, and I'll just say it in Polish. So personal finance, and I will add in Polish. So w języku polskim. All right. So at this point, I changed the name of the course, but what's kind of important to note here is that if I go to course settings, I still have the old course name, right? Because the context here, the title will reload only once we refresh. So we're going to refresh the course name, and now we're going to proceed to auto-generate modules. At this point, the title sets the context, but in my kind of playing with the system, on the first load, often it goes back to the original language or to its native language. Now in this instance, we actually generated right away in Polish. Of course, we can reload it. I'm going to uncheck images. It'll reload quicker. And notice that we now are back to English. So this is where that loosely coupled connection between what's in the prompt that gets sent to the API, and we can experience that working in other AI systems such as ChatGPT. If you have any experience working in a foreign language, it's very easy to get the AI thinking back in English. So another element that will help an instructor to kind of sway the AI to think in a different language is to use the description. And in the description, if I say do this po polsku, so in Polish, this combination of the name of the course in the foreign language and then in the description providing a prompt in this language, so without even having to add additional elements, I've been pretty successful with switching to a different language. Now, that's an effective way to work in a foreign language without having to contact the administrator, without modifying any defaults. I will demonstrate though at this point how changing the course pack doesn't really affect the generation language. And this again might be a bug at this point, but that's just how it works. So we're going to undo this by renaming the course back into Introduction to Personal Finance. All right, and we're going to reload the course. So at this point, we're back to English title and of course the English default language. So let's change that. We're going to change it to Polish. We're going to even enforce it. This basically means that if a student has preference maybe for Spanish, when they're in this course, automatically their prompts or the labels in the course are changed into the enforced language. So now I will reload just to make sure that the language pack is loaded. So notice all the menus have changed automatically. Not the course content, of course, but the menus did. So let's go ahead and go to generate modules, and notice that everything came back in English. So manipulating the course pack and even forcing the language does not affect the language here. Now, again, because of the loosely coupling, if you regenerate multiple times, you might see some difference, but the most effective way to kind of saturate the context would be to add to the description again an expression that kind of suggests a foreign language. So now we have a title in English and we have the description in Polish, and now we have as a result Polish translation here. So again, this is probably at this time working in connection with an English bias that's already built into AI. But a few things that the instructor can do is to manipulate the title of the course, and then in the description to say in that foreign language, say it in this language. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll have some fun in many languages, and we'll be able to support students well. And thank you.